Hey there tubers, Redneck Brian here. Really quick video. This video goes out to peppercatkeith once again. He's having problems removing a flywheel from an opposed twin, similar to this engine here. This is an 18, I believe his is a 19.5. This is a method that I have used in the past. I noticed on your video, your flywheel, the top of your crankshaft has a little dimple in it. Take one of these. It's a chisel with a point on it. This is what I was mentioning in the message to you. And you stick it in your air chisel if you have one. Real good to have. I got this one with my compressor. And just to let you guys know, my compressor is not junk. It's pretty good. I'll show it as soon as I'm done doing this video. As soon as I'm done talking about this engine, I'll show it again. It's actually really good. It's just, I believe the pressure's just turned down on it. So anyways, loosen up the flywheel bolt. There's actually one of two ways you can do this. Loosen up the flywheel bolt, take it right off if you're going to use the air chisel method, or just leave it on there just a little wee bit. Take the air chisel, stick it right on top, and as you're using the air chisel, basically be like this in this motion. Put some underneath the flywheel, off to one of the sides on the cylinders. Maybe put a block of wood in there so you don't damage the aluminum on the engine, and you pry up on it. And then you stop, you turn the engine around, like you spin the flywheel a little bit, you do it a bit more. Air chisel with the pry bar. Turn it more, do it a bit more. So basically you do not want to put pressure on just one side of the flywheel. Basically you turn the motor, say quarter turn, do it again. Quarter turn, do it again. Just keep on doing that all the way around the engine. You should be able to pop that flywheel off without any too many difficulties as you're doing the air chisel, because the air chisel will vibrate it, and as you're putting pressure on it, it will help it pull out. One other method that you can do is, again, loosen that bolt off. Do not take the bolt all the way off, and put pressure up underneath the flywheel and take a hammer and hit the top of the crankshaft. Do not do it without the bolt on there. You must have the bolt on there to do this. Sorry, the nut on there to do this, or else you will damage the threads on the crankshaft. And I've done it that way before and it has popped them off. Or if you have it, a puller should do it as well, because on my Honda here, both times I've had to remove the flywheels. The first time to replace the starter, the second time to put the oil line on, I had to remove the flywheel. I just used the puller that I have. So if you have the nuts on there, best bet is to get a puller and use a puller. If you don't have one, I'd recommend buying one. Real good investment. You never know when you'll need it again. Even if you're working on a small engine, like a lawnmower engine, you gotta get that flywheel off to replace the flywheel key. That will work. So that should help you, because again, the shafts on the top are tapered, so they're holding on the taper so they stay in one place, and then obviously there's a key in there. So that's most likely why you can't get it off. I know you said the engine sat near salt water. That shouldn't necessarily have any difficulties with it, because the vibrations should break any rust free, and it should pop right off for you. Cover this back up. Keeping it covered because I don't got a hood on here yet. Maybe one of these days I will get it done. Now let's go see my compressor. There it is. It is a 5-gallon compressor, so it's nothing too small. But I don't think it's filling up both tanks. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta check it out. Also, I think I got the pressure turned down right there, so that's why it keeps on coming on, which is not a big deal. It's 5 gallons, so it's decent. So it's big as what I need it for. So let's just go back outside to the tractor. That's the Onan. So again, peppercatkeith, that should help you get this off. I promised you the video yesterday. Got busy, so obviously you already have the screen off on yours. So, and notice you had the dimple. Even if you don't have the dimple, this will still work. You just gotta keep the air chisel right on the top of the crankshaft and keep it in one position. Like, it's easier to keep the bolt on. Just loosen it off a few turns and then do it a bit. And as you go along, loosen the bolt off more and more and more. You take it off and you should be able to fix up your flywheel. So that's pretty much everything. So I'll talk to everyone later. Please keep it redneck. chooch it, and have a great day.